Obedience was my cage until I broke free. Being the good girl was the deepest program I had to unlearn. As a child, I was raised to be obedient, at home, at school, everywhere. The rule was clear: you listen, you obey, and you don't talk back. When I tried to speak up, I was shut down, labeled as a hysterical, even punished for expressing myself. There was a situation when my grandmother poured cold water on me to calm me down. So I learned to silence myself, to be the good, quiet girl. I learned that my feeling didn't matter, my opinion didn't count, and everyone knows better how to live my life. And I didn't even realize that this was trauma, because that was the way how to raise children in my neighborhood. For years, I repeated the same painful cycle. I kept finding myself in situations where others treated me like a child, telling me what to do, how to act, and even who I should be. Looking back, I really did act a bit childish and submissively. I even remember a situation where I spontaneously bowed to a saleswoman in a store. I think I wanted something from her that they didn't have. And when she told me, I felt so out of place that I even dared to ask. I apologized to her and even bowed. But to be honest, it was not conscious. My body did it for me. That's how deep the program was, how deeply my obedience has been encoded even into my physical body. I was truly surprised, and I didn't understand why my body did it. Despite this experience, I wasn't ready to see it or admit it to myself. But then something kept happening. People around me kept saying, "You need to grow up." I didn't understand. I thought, I'm grown. I've overcome so much. I'm independent. I take care of myself. How can they not see that? These were the first really clear signs that I needed to realize something deeper. Then came the moment that changed everything. A friend encouraged me to ask a question in front of others. I did, and immediately I was told, "You asked wrong. You really need to grow up." My heart broke into pieces. That was the moment I realized how deeply I had been hurt, and that the situation was a tool showing me what I'd been carrying all along. Finally, I admit I'm hurt. That was step number 1. Then I took step number 2. I went home and I felt it fully. Remember sitting in the dark, crying, feeling like my heart would never be whole again. Eventually, the tears stopped, leaving only emptiness. And in that silence, something shifted. I was able to do step number 3. I surrounded myself with healing energy. I imagined holding the pieces of my heart in my hands, wrapping them in pink gold light, and placing them back into my chest. I realized what I need most: love, acceptance, and permission to just be. I took step number 4. I nourished myself with love. I saw myself as a little girl who just wanted to be hugged, accepted, and fall asleep in loving arms. The adult part of me held her, letting her rest while we were both covered by rose gold light. I fell asleep. The next day, my heart felt whole again, without a single crack. Sometimes later, I took step number 5. I found and reprogrammed some of my beliefs. I found out that I believed that I didn't know what was best for me, that I needed someone else's permission to live my life. I realized that growing up for me means claiming my own authority. I realized I have the right to say no. I have the right to feel and express myself. and I don't need permission or validation from anyone else to live my life the way I want to. And that lifted a huge burden off me. It gave me back my voice. If you're on this path, remember, you're not broken. Your voice and feeling matters. You are allowed to live your life on your own terms. Living the program of being a good girl, living life according to the wishes of others was perhaps my strongest program in this existence. And I dare to say that it is probably one of the strongest for all of humanity. And I honestly feel that it's not completely clear for me yet. It's a process. So, have you ever felt like you're constantly waiting for permission or living under someone else's rules? Let me know in comments. You may find out that you may be carrying the same wound. And by closing, another question. Have you ever wondered if your past lives are really yours? If so, check out my next video.